I thought I'd make this quick little video to explain the song that I just came out with because I said in another video that I would do it, and most importantly, I wanted to. The song is about my true feeling on AI, and I've expressed this in other videos, so I'm not going to go real in depth, but this video is going to be unique than others, like the song is, which I have not expressed, as I didn't feel that it was appropriate to express it in those other videos. There's aspects of it that I'm against, as you know, if you've seen those other videos, such as it, shows real things. It looks so real, it's too good to be true, and it's not. I mean, that's the point that I wanted to make. And one of the lyrics in the song, I believe, is it mimics what we humans do, like everything from art, from the information that we consume, it's just so much. Like, the lyrics kind of say it all. I will admit that I didn't come up with a proper melody. I just thought, well, I'll just, I wrote the lyrics and I just thought whatever melody I felt like I just kind of went with. But, the lyrics in this particular song are what matters. Um, and I think that what I should do is I should kind of go through some of them to explain a little bit. Um, So when I sang now it's all computerized, this is also supersized. It is computerized and it's a big deal. It's a big issue. Um, yeah, that's what I mean by supersized. It's really, really big. It's almost technology itself. Why is it so alive, like real people in the world? I want to be specific. An example of this is I was putting in a thing about World War II and this real person came up. And it looks like a real thing, like I was seeing it really. And there's some reasons I don't want to go into these reasons, but there was an intellectual feeling of attraction that I felt to the person that I saw, even though it wasn't real. An intellectual feeling of attraction, not by what they said, but their looks. Like it's not anything like, inappropriate or whatever. That's I don't experience that anymore. It's more of a mental, mind, intellectual thing, and and um, it's so alive because it can create just anything like that. Um, y- you know, and so it goes on. History is an example of something that is human. It's human history, our events, what we've learned, all the wars, all the battles of the governments. It can show that, it can explain that, it can explain science, it can explain all these human things that we came up with. It's almost like we humans wrote it, but it's not. That's what I mean by that in the song. Um, and I fell in love with certain people now, more than just the individuals that I saw when I was putting in, for example, those videos that looked really real. But it's more than that, and I didn't think that I conveyed that in the song. The written word I found to be very attractive on an intellectual level, like drawn to it, attractive, um, on an intellectual level. Like there was something where I was attracted and I sort of fell in love, so to speak, with the written word that AI wrote. And the combination of the choral songs that I put in that sounded so real with the lyrics that it wrote, partially. And then, of course, you can think about the AIS feature on videos and the words that it puts in being so good, being so skilled, making everything you say turn into something legitimate, taking what you say and making it, legitimate and official and proper sounding. I don't know what the word for it is. Looks like a human wrote it, but it didn't. And I think that's a big point that I wanted to express in the song. Now the next lyric is Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum, if you've ever seen it, basically, this guy, comes into a you know, museum, and then the things, exhibits come alive. Just the metaphor is the aliveness of this. Like, I feel that this is so alive when it shouldn't be alive. Like, the whole message of the song is like, even though I'm totally against it, there's something about it that I'm attracted to. Like that's what the main message that I wanted to express in the song. So I was being honest and unique. Don't think that it's controversial or unorthodox. It's like, it's like poetry. So, it's not logical and typical and all those things. It's poetic. It's kind of abstract. And so that's what a lot of songs are. So maybe the educational ones or something like that. So Late Night in the Museum, if you understand it about basically bowing down and honoring something so bad as this, like honoring something because you feel in love with it or attracted to it, even though you're totally against it, that could also mean bowing down and surrendering and not standing up and putting your power in to um e- you know fight against it and do all this kind of things like that. Um so it's like you're honoring it, and yeah, it's so bad, but you feel like you want to bow down to it because you just feel like this is almighty and powerful, and you feel like you want to give it a lot of respect and honor when actually you're totally against it. So it's kind of this kind of like, you can see how it's a little bit conflicting here. Something so real but not. I think that's pretty easy to understand, that it's, so real, yet it's slop, yet it's not. I haven't changed my opinions on that. If you're not careful, you'll get caught. Well, YouTube is probably going to eventually get caught and get this, for example, the AI feature on the shorts that I was stressing taken down. I couldn't just call it AI feature on the shorts because I intentionally made both of those videos to get a lot of views because I want the message to get out. And so um that feature is if you're not careful, you'll get caught with doing things inappropriately. And YouTube has YouTube even got caught with the specific thing, or a lot of things that has get caught. But what I mean is, like, if you could get caught copywriting the AI, or you could get caught stealing, or using it for your creativity and just cheating off of it. Because it's cheating, you're ruining your creativity. I wrote a post about the creativity aspect of it, or I focus on specific niches of it. I won't do it because, oh, I said I was going to it. Like, no, no, no. Whatever I want to post in there, if I don't do it at all anymore, that's what I do. If, I do it quite a bit, then that's what will happen. I'm not, but I just wanted to make that other video to let you know about that. So, um, and then the last couple lyrics that repeat says AI is all the rage, and it is. If you look at, videos, it's so popular, it makes things so real. I mean, there's lots of reasons for that. It mimics what we humans do, like, everything from eating spaghetti to the historical events to creating music. Like, it mimics what we do, and it looks so real. I mean, I can't, like, why in the state of the world are we at this stage now? This should be happening way into the future, not now. It's amazing to me how skilled this thing is with what it creates. The creative and the function too. Like, gives you information that you need. when you look up on Google how to do this on your computer, it shows that how to change the tires in the car. It shows that probably. I bet it does. The functional and the creative, like music and art, very, very popularly art. I was listening to a lady that I follow who was talking about AI and art, giving away a little bit specifically for tarot and oracle cards. Maybe you can do your research and find out who I'm talking about. Um, and so, so the creative aspects of our humanity and the functional aspects as well is both equally. It tries to make it also real. All it does is take and steal. All it does is take what we do as humans that make us who we are, and it turns it into something that is not. It turns our emotion, our soul, our experience, our our true intentions behind it, and makes it into something that it's not, and it steals it. It steals sort of our creations and turns it like for example I put in a topic of a song and then lyrics pop up and then it steals the creativity of me coming up with the song. I mean, that's just an example. Um, and so yet I want to use the feature, yet there's just something about it. There's something about it, and I think I explained it in the song already, why I quote unquote fell in love with it, which is kind of exaggerated, but it works for a song. I would never just openly say that in any of my videos because then I would be getting comments probably, or like I would never say that. It's something to be expressed in a song, necessarily speaking. Like there's a difference, like it's a different form of communication. You get confused by what is real and what is not. That's what the lyric said. You get confused by that kind of a thing. I think that's what I meant. You get tricked um into thinking that it's real, but it's really AI. You can't tell what is and what isn't. For it is now it picks is what it selects and what it does based off of that. Um you get deceived by it. That's another lyric. You get deceived is when you do it, you find that it just tricks you because you do it and it feels so fun, addictive, for example, that feature, and it feels so real, but you get deceived because it's not, and then you feel bad for using it when it's unethical or whatever. You think it's fine, but it's not. Just talking about this, we have to take this more seriously. YouTube has to take it more seriously. This is not a discussion about it. I've done videos on it. This is just explaining the lyrics of the song and what they mean and how they relate to it. That's all this video is. How could something so dead, something so not alive, be something so alive? How could something so false be so real and true instead? So dead, I kind of should have changed the lyrics up a little bit with that. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm not going to go back and change it because creativity only happens once. When you perfect a song, you ruin the creativity and all the things that I had to learn that the hard way. And I give that example in my latest podcast episode about Jupiter and Virgo and perfectionism. And I get to the truth of perfectionism and what my feelings on it and the actual truth of perfectionism in that video if you want to see it. Um, and I highly recommend you do if you want the true meaning of Jupiter and Virgo. Like if you're only going to watch one video on Jupiter and Virgo, I'd say you'd watch mine because I unpack it, I go deep. Astrologers, especially, yeah, astrologers, please go and see that video. And in that video, I was, going off of Alice Barclay Catt's words, in an article that I read. because she herself has Jupiter in Virgo, so I thought that I would mention that in that video. Coming from a Jupiter Virgo perspective, then you know it's like this is what it really is. So, when people talk about their own placement, then they're going to have some experiences and insights from their own life, and it's going to be more in depth in that kind of way. Even though I am against it, that's pretty clear. Just like words, that's a form of it, just like videos. Um, they wrote invented by us humans, not exactly grammatically correct. I should have went in and changed that, but I wrote this song with the intention of writing the lyrics out and not going back and really looking at it. I just want to be real. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Invented by us humans in the end. Is it a blessing or a curse? The blessing side or a curse? If you want to know more about that, the podcast about it that I did about really talking about it has that title in it, and I really discuss it in depth. Is it a foe? Is it a blessing because it's so handy and we can look up things so easily and it gives us information, or a curse because it takes away our humanity? Like that's what the song is trying to express. Like it takes away our humanity. That's the truth of it. That's the truth about AI is aspects of it rip away our humanity by replacing it with what looks human, but it's not. That's a huge message in the song and about AI in general that I don't know if I directly conveyed, but I hope that you got the message about it in both of those videos indirectly somehow. I can't think of everything. So, is it a curse because it's um, you know, for several reasons that you can go look up. Is it a foe or is it a friend? How can you tell what it is when it's not? Um, and then I emphasize how human it is, and then I emphasize how it's almost human, like it's human but just not. But it's alive in a way. And it concludes the song, and those are all the reasons why I claim to fall in love with AI. But that would just be controversial. I think that others would be turned off by that if I said that. So I just didn't feel like it was totally appropriate. It's more, as I said, it's more appropriate in song form. So I hope that you don't look at this video going, "Oh, I disagree with you. What are you talking about? Like this is not." Following with that Jupiter and Virgo video, if you're going to say negative and critical things, do it in a compassionate and constructive way. Okay? So that's what I will say about comments. I'll read the positive ones, or I'll take the positive ones into consideration. I'll take the thoughtful ones, or maybe the insightful ones into consideration. I'll take the ones with constructive criticism delivered with what I perceive as compassion with consideration. The others, not going to worry about it. I have to draw the line. I have to be discerning. And I'm not going to be blunt or um, self-righteous about it. I'm just doing what is right for me and drawing healthy boundaries on the internet because I'm not going to get consumed by what followers think. Like I have to be honest with myself and set a clear boundary with that. I don't want to be, vain and stubborn and self-centered or whatever the term is. I don't want to come across that way. I feel like I have the potential to come across that way with just the makeup of my personality and voice, but I'm not going to. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye for now.